Well, lots of people taking the walk down the aisle. We're here to talk about how to save the marriage financially right off the bat. Joining me now is John Amatulli of Amatulli & Associates. Great to have you here, John.
Thank you, Angie.
So what's the number one step that couples should be making once they get married?
Well, surprisingly enough, 36% of folks getting married today have what we call as financial planners red weddings, meaning that they start out in debt. And we all want our day to be special and perfect, but you want to look at the long term. Do you want to buy a house down the road? So we always suggest putting a plan together. Sitting down and talking so you have a plan and everything is divulged there on the money that you want to spend and to list any debt that you currently have.
Disclosing the baggage right from the beginning is definitely a do.
Definitely, without a doubt, because if you don't know what each other's bills are or what's coming into the marriage, it can cause problems down the road. Because interesting enough, one out of 5 marriages end up in divorce over financial reasons.
Should you set some ground rules?
I do. I believe that you should set some ground rules. For example, decide if you're going to have a individual or joint checking account. Personally, I'm a believer in having a joint checking account, so you're not arguing over who's paying this bill or who's paying that bill, or this bill's more, that bill's less. I believe in having a joint checking account to pay the bills out of. It eliminates arguments.
And I know some people like to have a secret account. You say that's a bad answer.
I do. I'm a big believer in being totally honest and laying everything out on the table, not having secret credit cards or secret accounts. You know, a marriage is a joint relationship, so you want to divulge and be honest with everything in the marriage.
At what point should a couple ask for help? Maybe the money factor is just beyond what they can handle.
Yeah, that's a great question. First things first is, even on my website, AmatulliAssociates.com, I have a budget sheet. So I recommend everybody start with a budget sheet and sit down and do it together when you have time, no distractions. If you're having a hard time, then you could seek out a financial planner or an advisor to help give you some advice with that.
Do you have any success stories with couples?
I do. It's really neat because that's one of the biggest rewards of my job is helping people succeed and have a stable life financially. So they want to come in and see someone like myself.
Good to have you here. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Angie.